What's up guys, Kono here with an exciting matchup today. We have Jay playing Green Bonney versus Ivan playing Red Shanks, straight out of the new Op09 set, Emperors in the New World. Let's take a look. Okay, we got Jay on the left, Ivan on the right. Op09 just released about a little over a week ago. And I believe Ivan just got his Shanks deck finished. So jumping into the dice roll, Jay rolls 7 and Ivan rolls 11. In this match, I believe going second with Shanks works better since Bonney always wants the even curve as well. You know, Shanks is a really interesting leader. During any of your opponent's attacks, once per turn you may minus 1000 attack power to either opponent's leader or characters. Just getting everything started right now. And it looks like Jay's going first. Doesn't look like he has a searcher in hand, so I believe he's gonna pass. Ivan going second also passes. No searcher, no Uta search. Either he doesn't have an Uta in hand or he's saving it up for a Red Hawk. To be honest, this early in game using Red Hawk without a target might be a waste. But then again, both decks do go really well into late game. And he does use the Red Hawk. $5K to Bonney. Looks like Jay's gonna take the first hit for the game. And then Ivan drops Lucky Roo. Really good blocker for the red-haired pirates. He KOs original powers, so no matter what power boost your characters have, if the card says 6,000 or less on the top right, they're fair game to KO unless otherwise. See, Jay plays Carrot. That's a really good setup, especially since Ivan will be on 6, not 7 Dawn next turn, so we'll have to wait one more turn to use Ben Beckman. Let's go see what Ivan does. Looks like he's swinging 6K to leader. Jay then counters with a 2K baby 5. Ivan then is going to drop the Ace Rush from the starter deck 15 Whitebeard deck. Now since his leader is not a Whitebeard pirate, Ace will not gain Rush, however still has his second ability, making him a very, very hard character to remove from board. Let's go see what Jay does to respond to this play. He's counting his Dawn. Jay drops Hody Jones. Pretty good. Resting both Roo and Ace. This is really, really good because now both characters can essentially be attacked into. Looks like he's going to be trying to run over Ace. Freezing Lucky Roo. Looks like he used leader ability on Carrot, making it a 5K. So Hody Jones is going to run over Ace. Ivan lets it go. Bonney swinging into leader. Hongo for the counter. Alright, now Ivan's on his 8 Dawn curve. Let's go see if he has a Ben Beckman in hand. See, we're gonna swing 6 into, I believe, leader. Jay counters with the Scratchman Apu. And there is the Ben Beckman, killing Carrot. Beckman's a really good card, trashing characters not KOing. So Jay's gonna play Cavendish, raising 2 Dawn back to active. And then he's gonna play Carrot, it looks like. Personally, I would have swung into Rue with Hody first, then play Cavendish, then Carrot, because having full Dawn, there are obvious plays that your opponent may assume of what you have, and can still be wrong, but at least you clear Rue. So you don't have to worry about it next turn. And then you could use Carrot to babysit Beckman after he attacks. Swinging 7k to leader, that hurts. He rested leader. Takes the damage, no triggers. 10 drop Shanks, making everyone on the opposite side minus 1000 continuously. See, here he's using Carrot on Rue instead of Beckman because now he has to babysit Rue instead of Beckman. Oh, but Jay took the attack back. Oh, instead he plays Doflamingo, freezing Beckman, Shanks, and Leader Shanks. Oh, I think he's going a little too ahead here. I believe he thinks that Cavendish is a 4k, but instead he's actually a 5k. But Ivan didn't use the leader skill, so he's swinging 5. He's going to take back that Dawn that he put under Carrot. Ivan takes the damage. Then now he's going to swing 6k into life, freezing Lucky Roo. Ivan uses leader ability on Bonney leader. And then guards the swing with Otama. I would have swung 5 with Carrot and 6 with Bonney. That way if Ivan's still stuck with lowering leader's power, you'd have 2 instead of 1 potential 5k swing. Let's go see what's Ivan gonna do this time. Okay, that's the first searcher of the game. He grabs another Hongo. There's only a couple things he might be able to do since his entire board is frozen. Uza search would be 1, Beckman, Yasop setup, Rayleigh. He can't drop Shanks or Roger anymore since he did search, so he's down 1 Dawn. So what's the play? 8 Dawn, so it's gonna look like Rayleigh. Minusing 3 and 2 or 2 and 3 to both Carrot and Cavendish. Oh, he goes after Carrot. I would have went after Cavendish. He brings so much value to the fight. Oh, instantaneously Shanks killing Shanks. You see what I mean? Now he's about to bring value into this if he swings with Cavendish right now. Looks like he's contemplating on that. Yep, it's going to be a 6k swing. Make 2 Dawn active. Swinging 11k with Doflamingo into Ben Beckman. And Ivan's gonna let it go. Now we got a 6k swing to leader. And he uses Hongo to guard with. Lucky Roo still on board. No longer frozen. He's like a tiny thorn. He could have been dealt with a couple of turns ago. Rayleigh swinging into Cavendish. Lucky Roo still being managed though. Jay counters with an Apu and a Baby 5 Searcher. Keeps Cavendish alive. Alright, and then 5 to leader. Counting out with a Bonney. Jay haven't countered for days. He takes out Roger. Swinging into Doflamingo. And there goes Doflamingo. Just by that hand gesture, it looks like Useless Kid might get dropped. Okay, ready to do 11k swing to Rayleigh. You need two 2k counters in there. It looks like Ivan doesn't have the two 2ks to guard that. Yep, 8 drop Kid. No blockers. Putting a Dawn under Cavendish, swinging 7k to life. Ivan taking it. I would have swung 6k with Cavendish and gaining 3 Dawn available for Bonney. Either way, one will be hit with Shanks' ability, but still gives you other options like playing Rosinante or Beiji and still swinging with leader. And if he did have 2 blockers with 8 drop Kid, you'd have 2 blockers on board. Okay, now the problem is the useless Captain Kid. You have to get that off board or else you won't be able to swing into any other character or leader. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Ivan right now since he's only at 1 life. This is what you would call Hody Jones territory. For lethal. This is where it gets down to the wire. I would swing this Goldie Roger right into useless Captain Kid. 3 cards in hand. He'd have to have 2K counters to do so. Oh, but he plays Otama instead. Minus 2K on the Kid. He's grabbing 7 down. It looks like Beckman's coming out. Yep, Trash Kid. And then swing into Shanks. So that Cavendish is a problem. The guarantee swing would be Roger into Cavendish instead of Shanks if he is worried about counters. Let's see, leader ability resting the leader, and it looks like he's going to counter out of that swing. I would have swung Roger into Kid, then play Beckman for Cavendish, leaving that 3rd Dawn up just in case if there's a Hody coming out next turn. At least this way, only 1 Dawn would be rested, or 2 Dawn, leaving Root active and saving the Otama in hand. You know, just in case to counter out. Oh, there's Hody. So he's resting Lucky Root and the 1 Dawn. So now Ivan can't even Red Hawk if he has one in his hand. And the Cavendish is still on board. Raising 2 more Dawn, making them active. And the swing is going to look like 9, 13, 8, 5. Could go either which way. Using leader ability minus 1000 on Shanks. Took the life, but it looks like it's GG's at this point, with the winner going to Jay this round. Alright, we got the winner of the match, Jay, with the Bonney deck profile. What do we got?
Alright, so I run the 1 of Electric Luna. I don't know how I feel about 1 yet, but it saved me a couple times. 3 of the 0 cost event, just because I feel like Bonney's top end is a lot brickier than most. Normal, I play both Baby 5 and the Supernova Searchers. 4 of the Baby 5 2Ks just to search of, and then 2 of the separate Apus. This one has gotten me a couple wins into low-cost blockers, like the Shirahoshi blockers. I get to rest them, the killers, the beach blockers. This one I search whenever I'm playing against Nami, just because I get that option to rest 1 Dawn card, right, so that they can't mill as much. I played 3 of the 2-cost Rosinante, 1 of the killer. I think I did this just because I don't have the 4th Rosinante, and I have a Judge killer, so it looks cool. 2 of the 1-cost beach blocker. I think these are just like chump blockers, even though they're bricks. I can just throw them on the field with 1 Dawn, and then
you can essentially throw that with Kid, huh?
Exactly, and they have to deal with it, right? Like if they don't deal with it and they swing, I could just chump block. All right. Play 4 carrots. This card is essential now in 09 because I can lock down so many cards that are 7 or less.
Just like what you did with Lucky Row the entire time?
Exactly. Lucky Roo, I can lock it down. Ace Rush, I can lock it down. I can lock down Ben Beckman the entire turn. Into the mirror, I can lock down Hodies. Into Doflamingo, I can lock down pretty much the entire deck.
Oh, even in Blackbeard, you could lock on Burgess.
Yes, in Blackbeard, I can lock down Burgess. I haven't played into Blackbeard yet, so I would have to pretty much figure it out. 4 Cavendishes. I played 3 Basils. I might cut this down to 2 because I haven't seen like a lot of optimal times to play this. So I might cut it down to 2. 3 Hodies. I might go back up to 4 Hodies because the games that I do see him, I win. And then when I don't see him, I wish I saw him. So I might run 4 of these. 3 8-cause kids. this card is the MVP into Blue Doflamingo. And now that 09 Blue Doflamingo just runs rampant, like this card just wins that matchup. Because if they can't kill it or they don't have Red Rock and they're committing so much done onto their 5 cost or 4 cost just to swing into this, I pretty much just have control of the entire game. Right. I played 3 9-cost Shanks, and I might bump this up to 4. I gotta figure out what I want to take out, but this feels so good just into Shanks, I think. But like I want to try. I would have to try this into like Purple Luffy. I don't know how it does into Blue Doflamingo because they have a lot of small bodies, so I don't know if 9 cost does too much. 2 9-cost Zoros. I feel like I haven't played this in a while, but I miss having this card in the deck as an option. All right, because like whenever I pair into Nami and I don't see my Scratchman Apus to rest the Dawn, I wish I had this. Right, and then right now I only play 2 10-cost Doflamingos, but like I was saying, I might cut down one of the Basil Hawkins to run a 3rd Doflamingo. But I feel like 2 is enough, just because it's searchable off the baby 5. So like, so far I haven't had any issues with running only 2, because if I can drop 1, then I'm already ahead, or like I should already be controlling the board. But yeah, that's my deck.
So why the baby 5? Is Doflamingo the only one that you're searching for, or what else are you searching for with the Don Quixote?
Well, the baby 5, I get to search for the 2Ks, I get to search for the 0-cost event mostly, and then usually with Jewelry Bonney, if I'm playing into Doflamingo or whatnot, I'll search out 8-cost Kid, and then if I find the baby 5 and the 8-cost Kid, I can search out my blockers. Like I can search out Navy Doflamingo or Rosinante, and then I can search out the Doflamingos. So I pretty much have more than a dozen cards that I can search out. So it's like a little less than half the deck is hittable with Baby 5.
And then the Electrical Luna tech. What's the purpose of that?
The one of. So the one of, it really helps into Blue Doflamingo, right? If I see this, if it's a trigger, I can rest up to any character. The trigger is important because it's any character. There's no cost restriction on that. So if I do,
like Gibson?
Exactly. So if I do hit it in the trigger, then I can rest something. It sometimes changes the game. But then if I don't hit it and I have it in hand on the off chance early game, I can play this early and just to
board.
and freeze a Doflamingo board just to help me stabilize a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if I get this early and I'm on like 6 done or like 7 done, I can play this, play a searcher, play some chump blockers, right? Stabilize a little bit, swing into their character, make them give me a card. It pretty much buys me an entire turn.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's like a non-body Doflamingo into those decks, into the baby decks.
Against the Shanks deck, what was the most complicated time you've had against it?
Into the Shanks, I think trying to control that baby Roo, right? Like I pretty much just froze the baby Roo the Lucky Roo the entire time because it can pop a 6K character, but I think Bonney's top end is just a little better than Roger's, especially if they don't rush me down to 0 or 1 life, or if they don't take life down to 0 and then their gold Roger effect isn't in play. It kind of makes it easy on me.
Right, I saw that you were stalling out on the Roger when you took it out.
Yeah.
It looked like you were hesitant as well, that you were gonna swing your Shanks into the Roger, but then instead you switched it over to the Ben Beckham.
Yeah, he had like 6 or 7 cards in hand, so it's like if I swung in a Roger and he saved it, then I kind of just wasted the turn on the swing. Yeah, so it's like it's safer to swing out, take out 1 body. I could afford to take a hit from Roger because I was still at 2 life, and then I had Hody in hand too. So it's like if he swings at life, then I take it, sure, right? And then he leaves my body, and then next turn I'm just going for game.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a good build, man.
Yeah.
It looks like you cover all your bases too, and
yeah, I just gotta play against Blackbeard. I gotta lab against Blackbeard, lab against Purple Luffy.
What about against Lucci?
Lucci, I feel like I'm just committed to taking the L against Lucci, just because Bonney already has a hard time against Black removal in general. Like if you can remove my mid-game characters and I can't establish board into late game, and I'm trying to race you to drop like 1 9 cost when you already have 2 or 3 or 4 bodies on board, then I'm so behind in Black matchups. Like it's just tough to come back from.